Hi, I'm Jodi. Welcome to my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel. This is episode 3 of the Great American Stampin Show. And you might notice that I am wearing a crown. You don't see a crown on me very often. Honestly, this is our 3rd season of the Great American Stampin Show. And I think I've only won like once or twice ever. So I am so excited and so grateful to all of you for your votes. Not only did I win episode 2, but I got the most votes I've ever had before on a video. And I love the card and I'm just glad that you did too. It's so fun to do this friendly competition, but it's just fun to see so many people enjoy what I'm creating, what Shannon and Brandy and Julie are creating. We're just really enjoying bringing this to you every single week. So that's another change for season 3 is that every single Thursday we have a new episode. So like I said, today is episode 3. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy 1 hour of creative inspiration. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Actually, I should probably take this crown off, although I'm not going to set it too far away because I really like my card this week, and who knows, maybe I'll just win again. Okay, so we are on episode 3, which means we are on layout number 3. So let me scoot this in closer so you can see layout number 3. What I actually did too is just took some computer paper and kind of did a little model of it. So as you can see down here, it's just 3 strips, a circle focal point, and then there's some ribbon or twine or something that they have down here that would go across as well. So that's, again, keep in mind, just remember, it's a starting point. It's a template. It doesn't have to be restricting in any way. On the opposite, it should be inspiring. It should just be that starting point to inspire creativity. So while we're keeping in line with our template theme, I'm also going to turn to page 132 and 133 in our annual catalog. These are the pages on color theory. I love this page so much. I've always loved just an array of colors like that. When you go into certain stores and things are arranged by color, I love that. So what I did is I decided to use the concept of a triadic color combination. And it says that these are evenly spaced around the color wheel, go beyond the primary red, yellow, and blue, and then it gives some suggestions here. One of the suggestions is Summer Splash, Peach Pie, and Berry Burst. So that is the first combination here. And so that's what I chose for my colors to do today's card. So let me scoot this out of the way. I have so much stuff on my table. I think I made some room. Okay, so like I said, these are my 3 basic colors that I'm using, and then I've got a piece of basic white that I want to mount them on. So if I just kind of set them on here, and I want, where's my card base? Let me start with this. So this is my standard 8.5 by 5.5 folded down the center. And then this is 3 3/4 by 5. So it's just set in a little bit. So that's the border I want around the edge. So now when I set these on here, as I was planning my card, I realized, well, shoot, it's kind of like it gives me that little bit of a border around the top and bottom, but it doesn't really give me space to kind of spread them out on here. So I was like, okay, so this is 4 3/4, and I originally cut this here to 1 1/4, but as I'm planning this, I'm like, shoot, that's a little too wide, it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is pull in my trimmer and just take 1/8 of an inch off of each of these strips. So keep in mind, as I'm designing, this is all I was doing. So I'm like, okay, this will work. I'll take 1/8 of an inch off. That should give me space. It'll all work out. So just giving you a little behind the scenes on my creative process as I designed this card. Okay, so I've got these. Actually, I'm going to keep this close because I'm going to need it for one more thing. So now I'll go ahead and kind of set these back on this piece of basic white.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the look I was going for, where you have that little bit of white poking through between the layers. Great, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my adhesive and come back and set these on. So just give it an even space. I like to do, okay, so I did the one on the left. I'm gonna skip over to the one on the right, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But instead of going just like all in a row, I like to do the outsides first. Get it evenly spaced there. And then I do the middle. And this is why. I've got this much space, right? So if I set it in here and just center it, it's going to look okay. If I had done this and gotten it goofy, and then I'm like, oh shoot, these two are down, and now I have to squeeze this into what's left, but it's not even, it doesn't look right. Doing the outsides first, and then just putting the middle one in the center of the space that's left, way less stress. Okay, so my next step, keep in mind, these scraps are still in my workspace as I'm creating this card, okay? We're gonna come back to those. My next step though is instead of just placing this on the card, which I kind of like it, it's bold and vibrant, but what I did was I put this in an embossing folder first. So I'll take my Zinnia embossing folder and just set this right inside. And do you see how those flowers are just gonna pop? So let's take one more look at it. Plain strips of Summer Splash, Peach Pie, and Berry Burst. And now I'm gonna run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're gonna get those gorgeous flowers. So let me crank that through and see what we get. I always love embossing because it's such a fun surprise when we open it up and check that out. It is so pretty with these flowers. Isn't that fun? And doing it all at once. There is absolutely no need to do each strip individually. That's why the main reason why I attached it to this white piece as opposed to like on the template, just taking those strips and attaching them to the card base. I did it on this white layer so that I could stick it through the embossing machine all together. And then the pattern, you know, carries over exactly from one strip to the next as well. So this is just a fun technique that you can do that really adds a lot to your card. So instead of those strips of color, now we have embossed color. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and attach this to the card base. When I emboss a layer, I get a little generous with my adhesive because when it's embossed, there's like less surface area that it's actually connecting with. And so I want to make sure it sticks. So I get a little crazy with my adhesive on an embossed layer. All right, so this will just get centered. And then there was that ribbon. Remember in the template, there was like some twine that went across here. And I'm like, ugh, I don't really have, this is crooked too. Oh my good gracious. Let me see if I can scoot that just a bit because that is a little much even for me. All right, that's better. Much better. Okay, now I can go on. So I had like white twine. I didn't want to add more white. I wasn't really sure what to do. And then I saw these strips just hanging out on my scrap paper. I'm like, what if I took these and did them in the same order, Summer Splash, Peach Pie, Berry Burst. What if I like made a little accent using these literal scraps that were about to go in the trash? So what I'm going to do, and these are 1/8 of an inch, they're tiny little things. I'm going to take them over to my trimmer and I'm going to cut each of them to 3.5 inches. So let me see if I can line them up and do it in one cut. I should be showing you this, I guess. Let me scoot that down. I don't know if I trust I'm just doing them individually. I don't want to mess it up. So I scoot that over to 3.5, trim that off, And I'll just repeat that with these two quick. But I've never done this. I've never just literally taken my scraps and made like a little pretend ribbon kind of thing out of it. I thought it was super fun. It brought in the colors again, but it looks different because they're not embossed. So it really is a lot of contrast. Even though it's the same colors, the fact that they're not embossed really makes them stand out and jump off of the card. So I'm going to scoot those for a moment. You might be thinking, okay, good luck getting that tape runner on the back of these to attach. Well, I'm not even attempting that. I'm going to take my tape runner, my Stampin' Seal, and just go right across. I think, yeah, you can see where I did that. Let me get right to the edge over here. And then I'm just going to set the pieces into it. So I'll start over here, Summer Splash first. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on. Summer Splash, Peach Pie, just butt it right up next to it, and Berry Burst. Okay, so they're all right up next to each other. See that? I really think it's a good contrast because they're not embossed. I like it. Okay, so next thing, what do I want to do? Okay, so I chose I need my greeting, I need my focal point. So I chose the Unbounded Love bundle. So it's tons of different greetings. And then I should have gotten these out to show you all the different, just lots of different labels, lots and lots of different labels. So I picked this one here. And I thought that would go well in this space to create that focal point greeting. So I cut some of these out already just with my basic white. And I grabbed Berry Burst ink. And actually, let's start with this. This is just the Happy Birthday that is from Unbounded Love. So I will, oh my, good gracious. It's a good thing the ink doesn't hurt the acrylic block because I got a little heavy-handed there. Hopefully I don't make a mess with all that extra ink. All right, so I could just take my Happy Birthday and probably pop it up with dimensionals and add that right there. And it would be a really fun card. What I want to do though is show you another little trick. So we've got a few tips that we've shared, right? Putting the strips on a piece of basic white, running it through your embossing folder all together to get that continuous flow of the embossed image, using your little scraps to make a pretend ribbon or border there. And now I want to show you one more thing that you can do with this label die. So if you take your label, again, I cut it out in advance. And this time I'm going to do, unfortunately, one of my friends, her husband passed away. And so I need a sympathy card. And I am going to stamp that in the center here. And I can switch that out. Now, I was thinking as I looked at this, it's kind of big for, like Happy Birthday takes up that whole space. But this it's just kind of big. There's a little too much white space for my liking. So I'm going to do this one more time. And I'm going to stamp over a little further to the left intentionally. And then I want to show you this trick. I'm going to take this same, you know what? As messy as I've been today, I'm going to shut this ink pad and get it out of the way. Okay, so I could take this same die that I used to cut this label and set it over just a little bit. You can kind of feel when it's locked in, like all these little dots, it kind of quits sliding around and it's locked in. So now I can take this, just offset a little bit, run it through my die cutting machine, and I get this littler one. So just as a point of reference, we've got this, that's the normal size, and then it's trimmed down just a little bit. It's not a huge difference, but when you compare the two, I just really liked this one a lot more. I thought the amount of white space was more appropriate than this one. With the Happy Birthday, this size is great. So the last thing I want to do is just take a couple Stampin' Dimensionals and add it to the back of this label and add it to our card, and we'll be all done. So I'm just going to set that over here. It's raised up a little bit, which just draws your eye even more. Of course, you could add some sequins or pearls or anything else. Being that I wanted and I knew I needed a sympathy card, I don't mind the bright colors at all for a sympathy card. I kind of like them. But I didn't want to get too crazy with glitzy embellishments or anything. So I kept it kind of simple, but you absolutely could add some embellishments here. So, like I said, fun tips. Use that color theory section of the catalog, pages 132 and 133. Don't be afraid to emboss your layers before you attach them to the card. Use little strips of paper to make your borders, ribbon type embellishments, additions to your card. And then don't be afraid to modify the size there. So there's a lot here. It's a very simple, quick, and creative card, but there's a lot of uniqueness that went into it. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I sure hope that this card has earned your thumbs up and your vote for this week. Thank you again for all of the votes last week. It was so fun. Be sure to click through to watch Shannon, Brandy, and Julie. And we're just so grateful that you enjoy this hour of creativity with us. Thanks so much. Have a great day.